Good morning. This is mostly harmless entertainment, and it is time for another Irate Pirate rant. I am showing you right now one of my favorite ships in the game. This is the Lubusuntar. This is a second rate, and for many years, this was the preeminent ship that you took into 5700 BR port battles, because back then, you didn't just get to shove 14 first rates in there because, well, very sensibly, the port battles were tiered down so that, 5700, since this thing had a BR of about 580 to, and then they switched it to 620. It made it so that your compositions had to be something other than first rates, but now Naval Action has decided that we're going to improve the game for all new players and make it so first rates are the only thing you drive. Go figure, but that's their logic. But they're going to fix that eventually sometime. We have no idea when, but they're going to fix it. Please don't hate them too bad. Never mind, too late for that. The reason I'm irate about this is they gifted us a bunch of Greenheart Danzig. And Greenheart is a rare wood. Danzig Oak is a rare wood. And I built 3 of these things because that was the port battle meta, right? Within weeks of doing that, they then shifted the meta so that everyone wanted to sail Pavels. Now, I'm okay with the game changing the meta, shaking things up. I'm okay with them doing that. I'm not okay with them just leaving you no options but to have a Dock Queen because they decided to shift their meta. If they're going to shift their meta, they need to give you, the player, the ability to shift your meta. If they're going to shift the meta, you need an option whereby you can reclaim your woods that you put into the ship and put it into the ship that's in the meta. Seems fair to me. But that was years ago. Let's talk about current stuff. Let's talk about the latest meta shift. Alright, we're going to go to our shift yard. We're going to pick up, let's see, where is this? Really, it used to be, why can't we alphabetize these things? Alright, so. Let's look at Greenheart Danzig, because that's what we're talking about first. Greenheart frame, Danzig oak planking. Alright, so. Not a lot of red numbers. It is slow on speed. But, overall, you'd think that that's pretty good. It's got 70 thickness. But, while that looks good, that's actually not good anymore. Let's go look at, live oak gas, white oak gas, which for decades was the, years was the, meta. Oh, less hit points than Greenheart Danzig. Okay, well, it's not a super wood. But all in all, the same thing. Same speed, but less hit points. So, live oak S, white oak S is Greenheart Danzig with a few less hit points, right? Yeah. Now, let's go look at oak. Oak S. No one builds out of oak S. No one has ever crafted an Admiral Derider out of oak S. Oh my gosh. Look at those hit points. It has more hit points than Greenheart Danzig. Now, admittedly, it is the same speed. It takes a little more hull repairs. Big deal. You get those for free from AI. Has a little bit less hull hit points, and the thickness values are lower, but no one cares about thickness value anyway because long guns have infinite pin anyway, so who cares? That hit point there, plus 2,850 hit points. That's good. Let's go look at Italian Larch, Italian Larch. Now, Italian Larch used to be your speed wood. You would do this if you're a raider. Look at that! Plus 3,000 hit points. Doesn't look like a light wood at all. Wow. It's the same as Oak S, only tougher. Huh. That's interesting, Game Labs. It almost appears that your new meta was basically, let's look at the wood combinations that aren't being used because they're bad, because we made them bad years ago. And let's make them the good ones, without any regard to thought or reason or logic. And look at that. White oak S, which no one ever used. That's a wood combination. 2,850. Yeah, it seems to be the logic here. Let's look at Locust S, which is supposed to be a super heavy wood in the S wood category. And let's look at teak S. Oh, 9,200. Well, but look, it's got an extra 496 hit points, which means 1.5 cannonballs of structure there. Well, good. No, bad. Oh, and it's got thickness. Look at that. It's 71. Game Labs has changed the wood. So on the war server, these ships that I've had crafted for months and months and months are now trash. And they haven't they have no way for me to change these ships out. I'm just stuck with these ships. And because Game Labs has built such a great game, see these 29 to 30, it's not like I can just build new ships. I can only have 35 ships. So, what do? Well, I don't do anything. I'm stuck. I'm just stuck. Because Game Labs, they don't have a refit yard where I can reclaim, 80, 90% of the planking wood off of this ship. They don't have any way for players like me to get out of the bind that they put us in. Oh, wait. They do. I guess this is the incentive that they were talking about. They are incentivizing everyone to move to the Freeper server. Yes, I'm supposed to leave the war server where I have perpetual everything, and I'm supposed to go to that other server now because you made everything trash on it too. And because I don't have the books that I worked hard to get, the encyclopedias, the ships I don't worked hard to get. I can't say I have any wealth worth keeping, but actually 393,000 on the Freeper server is pretty good. You can almost buy a bunch of medium guns for a ship for that much. But, hey, they destroyed the economy anyway, so having 400,000 reals over there is pretty good. But, I mean, I have a shipyard, level 3 yard. Not port features. This one. I've invested all NSMs that I needed. And I have 157 NSMs to spare because Game Labs is stupid ridiculous. Because only 20 people a season can actually get NSMs. Oh, and speaking of seasons, let's check. This is War Server. Oh, that's nice. So on the War Server, the landowner season is, I guess 20 days long still. 28 days long. Anyway, we'll go over there, but yeah, I got farms, I've got an academy, I've got forests, mines. This is all millions and millions of reals to get, and it takes time to get to this. I'm supposed to just be incentivized to walk away because you made all my ships on this server trash. And that's my incentive to start over. Okay. Let's talk about investments on the Freeper server. And then we're going to talk about experience. Alright, no buildings. So, to get my shipyard investments, operations, landowner. Oh, wow. It ends in 68 days. Huh. And let's see. Pirate. Wow, I'm screwed. I'm in France. So what are the Spanish, the British, and the French supposed to do? So in 78 days, the pirates are going to have some... it looks like they're going to have at least 20 new shipbuilders here. Now, let's see. 15 new shipbuilders. Now, here's the dumb thing about this method. Is Angel Eyes can get another 145 next season. So I sure hope pirates are going to be nice and let France and Spain and Britain get some NSMs next season, because the Game Labs on this server, you have to take ports here on Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, or in the Bahamas. All these ports don't count towards NSMs. All these ports, any port in the safe zone does not count. So, there's literally like 35 ports in the game that count. I'm not going to count them all. It's somewhere around 30 to 40. And the really sweet thing about this system is you have to... The fastest way, and it's not fast anymore because it's 78 days. I'm guessing it's on like a 90-day schedule. Now, we have 815 people online, and only 20 people a season will get naval service medals. So, for all 800, 900 people who play this game to rotate, assuming that Angel Eyes, everyone on this list, assuming these first 20 don't come back for more next season, as in they just opt out of port battles. Oh, wait. Game Labs, you got rid of open world PvP. And the only way to get PvP content in this game is in Patrol Zone, or The main way is now port battles. And you're going to ask Ramdanark to opt out. I've got all my medals. I'm going to be a good Samaritan. I'm going to care about the other people. And I'm going to remove myself from playing the game. Yeah, right, Game Labs. So, once you have all the NSMs you need, there is no way for you to continue participating in the game and not continue getting these medals. You cannot free up a slot for anybody else. So, the pirates here can effectively deny the rest of the server the ability to craft because Game Labs has made a exclusive system. Oh, well, Izzy, you tell me? There are many other ways. There's Questmaster. Okay. Yeah, Questmaster. And, hey, look, Questmaster actually finishes it in a reasonable time because Landowner, for everyone, if everyone's going to play nice and we're going to get 20 new people on every 90 days, that will only take 11 years for 900 people to get all their NSM so they can craft. This is a very fair system that Game Labs has set up. Makes it easier on the new player. I guess they don't understand that people get a certain amount of enjoyment out of crafting their own ships, but no, we've got to lock crafting away behind RVR and PvP. Oh, what? Well, no, we've provided you many other ways. Yeah. Big Dark Phoenix here has 40 scores and he's getting 19 medals, so that'll only take him like 4 months. And so he'll get to craft for a whole whopping 2 months before you wipe the server. Oh, but NSMs are maintained. Yes, they are. NSMs are maintained. Excuse me, guys. I just went through COVID, and me and the server are sharing some similar issues in that we don't work right as we used to. More on that later. So, yes, Big Dark Phoenix will have his 80 after 4 months. That is assuming he plays, and that is assuming that, you know, he can... Well, actually, 80 is one thing. Then Big Dark Phoenix has to actually have probably clanmates funneling him resources so that he can craft, because he actually needs more than 80 to invest in those farms and stuff so that he can craft when he wants to craft. You know, do what most crafters like doing, being self-sufficient, independent, doing their thing, enjoying doing their thing. Oh, and probably in 6 months, Game Lab changes the game anyway and screws him again, which is typical. But you say there's options. There are not options. I mean, Landowner, this guy is getting 145, and this guy gets 19. Yeah, some options. Patrol Master. Well, that's typical. Oh, yes, we made guns anemic, so now whaling away on ships to get combat medals so that you can get your NSMs is just ridiculous, and you're stupid if you're doing that. Shipbuilder. Oh, look. Irate Pirate, 18. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is a real gold permit sync. So doing this to get your NSMs is ridiculous, because permits don't come easy anymore. I mean, big permits. And, oh, and you have this, oh, I forgot, it's also a doubloon sync now. doing shipbuilder for your NSMs is not a good option. So, we have 4 options to get crafting abilities. And that one, Patrol Master, is stupid because they made it so that you're more likely to lose your ship to the Circle of Death than kill 2 first rates through the side. Because at some point that circle starts shrinking and you're a first rate. And I don't know if you know this, but first rates don't actually sail very well into the wind. And that circle moves pretty fast when it gets down to 20 minutes. I've had friends lose their very nice first rates trying to get NSMs through the Patrol Master. So, Quest Master takes forever. Patrol Master takes forever. Shipbuilder takes forever. And now because there's 90 days on Landowner, takes forever. So, the fact is, you're not crafting in this game anymore. Some people will get to craft. The rest of the slobs on the Freeper server, not going to get a craft. Yes, Game Labs, that's incentive. Oh boy, makes me want to just hop into a ship and grind up my rank. And speaking of rank, let's talk about acquiring rank. I 5,200 out of 9,900. Now, about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, before I caught COVID, I had a bunch of cheerleaders. I had recruited them over to the war server to fight a war against USA, in which we were very victorious, and we took the entire coast. And that was so exhausting trying to recruit people from one server and get them to play on the other server that I basically, after we got our objectives, I quit running the war. Because it is very, very time consuming. I mean, I'm talking, I sat there all day long recruiting people for the 2 or 3 port battles that day. And I do mean all day. I would start at 8 in the morning and I'd end about 10 at night. And that's not sustainable for a human being. I'm not independently wealthy. I cannot do that long term. I could that for a couple weeks. I was out of work and I could do that, but obviously not something most people can do, and not something most game developers should expect someone to do. But that's the work that you have to do in a computer game like this if you want to run a campaign and do what I did. Now, I took the coastline. I won my fight. I won the war. I quit. And all the people who I'd recruited were like, you need to come over to the server, the Freeper server, because yeah, that's where we're all going to be, and it's so much more fun. And I'm sitting here going, and basically a bunch of us were saying, you're a bunch of lemmings running off a cliff, and sorry, we're not gonna do that. And that created this argument of, well, no, it's better. And we pointed out that, well, my argument was, guys, I know you got your rank and you're keeping your rank, and it's all great and wonderful for you, but with the gun damage being altered, ranking up on the Freeper server, ranking up period in either server, is going to be hell. And their argument, oh no, it's so much better. They've lowered the rank requirements. And they've made it so that You don't need to be so high a rank to have crew. Okay, so let's address this argument, because the Freepers can't do math. So, I am a Capitan de Pavilion. I have 870. This means I could probably sail a third rate. But the more important thing is, I have, let's see, 9,900 minus 5,200. I have 4,700 experience to grind to get by the next rank, which will give me 1,020, which, if I'm correct, isn't quite enough to sail the smallest first rate. So I'll be stuck in second rates. And no idea what the next rank level is. It's probably 22,000 or 18,000 to the next rank, but I just need to point out that this doesn't work, because you grind on this server and you get like 200 experience for 3 hours. So if you take 4,700 and divide it by my average was 275, that's 17 days of gaming session for me to rank up. So in 17 days, I'll rank up. Now, assuming that the next rank is somewhere around, let's say, 18,000 experience, divided by an average of 275. 65 days from there, I'll rank up again. So it's looking like it's going to be 80, 90 days before I get to where I can comfortably sail a first rate. And by comfortable, I'm pointing out the way this game works is, yes, you have 1,020, but when you go through combat, you lose crew. And they've just mentioned that you're going to lose more crew now. So you have to have an excess amount of crew so that you can recrew after a battle, because if you get tagged right back into a battle and you can't recrew, you're going to get boarded and lose your ship. You know, things just don't work well. So 90 days and I'll get to first rate. Now, then I need to point out, all these knowledge slots take experience. So I'm at 288 of 490. And by the way, when you're in a first rate and you're trying to unbox it, it gets to be a rather significant amount of experience. It's like ranking up to Admiral all over again. Not quite as bad, because it is stacking. Okay, so this 490, it just climbs above that. Anyway, but you need to understand, in 6 months, I get to do this all over again, because the ship experience is going to get wiped, and I may actually lose my rank in December. I kind of have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to do a hard reset once a year, and then a soft reset halfway through the year, to keep it fair. Now, in all fairness, I think they're just trying to incentivize people to buy DLCs. And unlike other developing studios, the incentive isn't a carrot, it's a stick. We're just going to beat you up until you do what we want you to do. Because, well, why not? Why not? So let's explore this Freeper server and the action that you can get on the Freeper server and figure out what we're missing by staying on the perpetual server. Yeah, looks like stern raking works the same regardless of whether you have skills or medium guns. Oh good, I was so concerned they may have taken away stern raking. Not. Wish they would. Ooh. 66 experience. Ooh. Incentive. Like any good Naval Action player, I am trying to get an upwind tag. And I'm going to set this tag up just so that I'm on the right side. Left side here. Oh, wait. What's happening with this attack? Why isn't... Where's the countdown? Oh. Hey, he teleported. He's moving again. Ah, there goes the tag. So much for trying. So I'm trying to capture this ship for revenue. I want to show you my method, because there's a lot of people who go, oh, you've got a brace, and attack, or something like that. I just decrew them down so I have a considerable 3-to-1 advantage. I fired grenades the first round. Then in the last second, I attack and I win. It's pretty basic, pretty simple. You don't need Marines to do it. And 9 times out of 10 that works for me. Just rape their crew down, fire grenades, switch to attack at the last second, you take it in 1 round. It's really simple. This is not a great game. Quit overthinking this, guys. And speaking of overthinking, this is why you capture ships. Send it to docks, unload all the cannons, unload all the things from the hold. You can sell these if you want, you'll get a pittance. So, the economy in naval action is no longer based around trade. I mean, you can still trade, you just won't make very much money. And it is no longer... You don't get real payments for sinking ships. Now, you just capture a ship. I'm going to get 130 some odd thousand from it, just selling it to the store here. And that's how you make money in the game. It's kind of dull, boring. It's not very creative in my opinion. But, yeah, it works. It also has the side effect of making all those people who actually don't like fighting, they gotta fight now. So, screw you, PvE player. You don't have options. Forgive my son, all the clicking is him playing slap battles. Okay, I'm setting up a tag. What's this? Oh, that lag thing again. It just... no counter. Wonderful. And here we go. Oh, there's no timer. What's gonna happen? He's lagging, he's lagging, now he teleports. And... huh, it failed. Oh well, it's only my time that we're wasting here. We'll try this again in 6 seconds. Because, oh, what? Ah, 180s, yeah. They'll do that. This game, oh, another 180. Alright, let's try to attack. No counter. Lag, it's lagging. He's gonna teleport, and he teleports. Yeah, I can imagine this is gonna be really fun for me in PvP, trying to set a good tag. I'm seeing the incentive to move to the Freeper server. Yeah. Here's another one. Oh, this is a beautiful tag. And attack. Attack. Get the server to tell it to lag. It's lagging. It's lagging. And wait for it. Tokyo Drift. Look at that. Why didn't it the attack never went through? Oh. Very good server, Game Labs. I feel compelled. This is the server I have to be on. The incentive is so powerful. So I'm bored. I'm going to attack 4 ships here because, frankly, I'm bored. Let's see if this can be any more exciting. It's not really, I mean. But you did notice the attack went through without lagging. Why is this? I don't know. It's a very unreliable experience. So I fought them all, hoping I get more experience. All 4 of them are down. Let's see what we got. Ooh, whoa, 59 experience. Whoa. Oh, hold the horses there. So, 39, 59, 24, 24, 65, 66, that. Yes, I know I've been capturing ships, but even at this rate, I think it comes up to 275 experience. So, Freepers, I'm sorry, I know you like to cheerlead. You may even be paid to cheerlead for Game Labs. I don't know why you can't get the simple fact that if you lower gun damage, in the case of 9-pounders, it was reduced by 83%. And by the way, the lower caliber guns are on every ship. So they used to do about 49 damage. I'll just throw here. I'll just put it on screen what they used to do. 9-pounders did 53s. 12-pounders did 55 damage. 18 did 56. 42s did 63. And after the patch, the math is all different. Now 42-pounders do 42s and 9-pounders do 9. That's an 83% damage nerf at the low end. And every ship. And here's the thing. New players have to carry the small caliber guns. They're going to have a heck of a time getting experience in the small caliber guns because the small caliber guns do small damage. Big guns do big damage. So this game is really weighted against new players. It is going to be hell because the math does not stack up for you. And yes, they gave you a 300% damage buff if you rake a ship. If you rake it just right. I've already shown you in videos that that is not something easy for new players to do. And when you rake, you get a very small amount of damage because hull structure is so little. So it's really not even worth doing if you want experience. But, hey, that's Game Labs for you. They didn't design a new mechanic to make big ships invulnerable. They just hurt little ships. The ships that new players have to sail. And if you notice down on the lower part of this graph, prior to May, a Laotian did 2346 combined DPM. And after it does 1336. So it hurt everybody. A massive gun nerf that hurt everybody made this game better and it's going to make ranking up faster and easier. I'm sorry guys, you can cheerlead all you want. The math doesn't care. Lie all you want. Numbers don't lie. And this game sucks. And what do we have to look forward to? We can look forward to this again because the devs have not committed to not wiping your experience in December. They've just said this season, emphasis, this season, they won't wipe your experience. So hey, it's a perpetual grind. There's 900 people on this server. Actually, at this point now, 5 after 3 hours of grinding. 587. And the servers are laggy. The experience is brutal. And that's what we get to look forward to in the future. And these guys think that we're gonna buy their DLC? Ha! I'm sorry, dudes. You're a little bit wrong there. This is the Irate Pirate, and I run the Mostly Harmless Entertainment channel, and I feel harmed by the updates. I definitely do not enjoy this game. I do not enjoy the laggy free-to-play server, the Freeper server, and by the way, I've been watching, people tell me there's, a lot of new players, Yeah, there's a lot of old players there too. People I've been around for years. I don't care for them. And the new players have such a brutal learning curve, they're not going to make any difference. So basically, I get to chum around with all the old, objectionable personalities that I didn't like on the other server. Cool. What an incentive. You've made a server that your old buddies can dominate, and you've made it free to play so that you have a bunch of new blood to prey upon. Yeah, I'm not doing Predator games. Sorry. That's what you got here. You've got a trollish Predator environment, and it's not even a fun game. You've ruined the experience so much. I don't see myself playing this game on your Freeper server. It's just a matter of time before people realize what a charade this is. I could be wrong. I haven't been yet. For Mostly Harmless Entertainment, this is the Irate Pirate. Out.